Good day, Doc Mel and classmates. I am Janine Ilagan, and here is my report on Module 3, Part 1. Our group members will be discussing about the production of print development communication materials. Print production is a complex process that involves many people. The design and production requires a team effort for communication materials. This includes the writer, or a pool of writers, the editor, the illustrator, the layout artist, and the printers. It is important to note that printed material design as it focuses on creating visual materials. It's also important to note that a team is the key to a production success, especially one in each member is expert in the role assigned to her or him. According to our reference, to be an expert, it requires one specialized in a certain field or area, but in the communication setting, your expertise is complemented by the expertise of other members of the team. It is like dancing, everything needs to be synchronized. This means that it's combined with the knowledge and skills of other team members creating a collaborative effort. The objectives of our module is to apply the principle of clear and effective writing and written exercise and to compute the readability of selected printed materials using the Fag index. However, the Gaussian Fag index will be reported to one of our members. Now, most we have the writer's job. Everything will be dependent on written communication. In business, 90% of all communication is done through writing. As I have experience in media industry, the number one skills you need to have is to write a well-written news report. However, it is not a requirement that you need to be a talented writer. We just need to know how to convey a message clearly and effectively in development communication. That is why in writing, you need to think of this question. How can I get my audience to understand me? The message. We are often thinking of using deep words can make your writings good, but it's the opposite. The simpler, the better. To achieve this, we need to achieve readability. First goal is to achieve readability. If you can understand the passage in one pass, then it is readable. It is important to choose your words correctly and length of your sentences. People have different capacity of understanding things. It still depends on the educational level, experiences, and the use of vocabularies. Next is we have here the example. The low readability was written with so much unfamiliar words, and the length is long, while the high readability is short and very easy to understand. We need to consider the use of words as I said earlier. When we write, we need to consider the use of words. With this, we need to consider the educational level. For example, when writing health information about diabetes, if your audience is a medical student, you can use technical terms like insulin resistance, glucose tolerances, or HbA1c levels. They will likely understand the terminology. However, if your audience is the general public, using those terms without explanation may confuse them. Instead, you would write, diabetes happens when the body has trouble using sugar as energy. This because the hormone called insulin doesn't work well or isn't enough. Next is, we also need to consider the experiences. If your audience is experienced IT professionals, you can assume they already know technical jargons like cloud integration API or encryption protocols. You don't need to explain every detail, but if your audience is a first-time computer user, even simple instructions like log in with your credentials might need to be replaced as type your username and passwords to sign in. For the cultural background, imagine you're writing a public health campaign about healthy eating. If your audience is a university-educated group, you might emphasize nutritional values, calorie counts, and scientific studies. If your audience has a lower educational background, you might explain it more simply, focusing on affordable and accessible food choices. But if you also consider cultural background, you need to adapt the examples. For instance, in the Philippines, it would be more effective to say limit eating too much white rice and choose more vegetables like malunggay or kangkong, instead of preferencing foods that are familiar like kale or quinoa. Next, there are two kinds of vocabularies, the recognition and the use of vocabularies. This is consists of words you are familiar with, but don't actually use in conversation or in your writing. This is why we may recognize some words because we have encountered them time again, but we may not know their exact meaning unless we put into the context. Next, but the use of vocabulary. But does consist of words that actually understand and use frequently. The goal is to get the message across the general audience, making sure the words you can use can be recognized by the majority. But does this mean that we need to sacrifice creativity for simplicity? For one example is the Reader's Digest, you don't need to have a college degree to be able to understand what's written on it. So the truth is, there is no good formula for good writing. In fact, writing cannot be taught, it can only be learned. There are two things to hone your writing skills. You need to read more and then practice writing more. In Read More, being exposed to different writing styles give you the opportunity to improve your vocabulary, while if you keep on practicing, you can develop your own writing style. Now, we're going to proceed to the principles of clear and effective writing. Principle number one, think first, then write. Effective writing begins with clear thinking. Writing is like taking a trip. Writing is like a trip. You have to plan whenever you want to go and how are you going to get there. The best and smartest way to begin writing is to think clearly. Next, you need to consider the following questions. Why am I writing? We should remember that we are a DABCOM practitioners. So when we write, we have a specific purpose. Next, who is we are writing for? We should know what is your target audience. Next, what I'm writing for. Is it a leaflet, a journal, newspaper, or a radio? Organize your ideas, creating a roadmap that you can get to your destination. And writing roadmap is an outline. An outline is the effective way to lay out our ideas before you actually get down to writing. Learning to organize your ideas logically is the key to expressing um, yourself clearly. Next is simple outlining tips. Start by thinking about your central idea for a piece. The central idea is the main message of your document, written in one piece. For example, the central idea is using social media responsibly can help young people build meaningful connections while protecting their mental health and privacy. Think of your main idea of what are you trying to point out. Next is what is your purpose? Your specific purpose is your main purpose for writing the piece. Sometimes it helps to think about who your audience gonna be. For example, to inform college students about practical strategies for protecting their digital privacy on social media platforms. Think about your main ideas. Main ideas are the major points that will help you support your central idea. For DevCom, as for module 1, your specific we came across to the nature of development communication materials is mass-oriented. The masses can understand what we are trying to convey. Next is from there, you can now break down each point by providing supporting points other than. You can base from the data that may support its context. And then next is Principle number two, use simple, short, and familiar. The simplest way to achieve the readability is to learn to use shorter and simpler words and more familiar words. Here are the example. As you can see, into the complex long word, we use utilize. For a simpler substitute, we can use. So before example sentence, before we should utilize this tool, to the revised one, we should use this tool, and so on. But it doesn't mean that you should stay away from difficult words altogether. When appropriate, use long and unfamiliar words. Sometimes for precision or accuracy, you may not have a choice in the matter. When appropriate, use long and unfamiliar words. For my question, when writing an article, essay, or news piece, which language are you most comfortable using, Tagalog or English, and why? Imagine you are part of radio production team. What role would you take on and why? Thank you.